Hey tax professionals, Tax Attorney Collins here to talk with you in this video series on dealing with difficult IRS collection situations. Most tax professionals find advanced IRS collection matters to be fairly uncomfortable work. I like to tell my clients that dealing with difficult revenue officers and these IRS situations, it's kind of like having a root canal. When you have it, it's not because you want it, it's because you have to have it. And when you do, you don't do it yourself. In this case, you get a professional to represent you. All right, so tax professionals, this video series is intended to make you aware, help make you aware of the basics in dealing with difficult IRS situations. All right, the revenue officers are IRS's collection personnel. Their training is pretty targeted on four things. One, obviously, they do collect tax payments. They also collect information, taxpayer information on our clients' assets and their income. Another goal in their function, in their job, is to prevent the recurrence of future and additional years of unpaid tax. And then finally, ultimately, their goal is to close cases. And really, as professionals, that's our goal too. So the revenue officer's playbook, their rule book, is the Internal Revenue Manual. That is the procedural set of rules for the IRS. Then our job is to find the best resolution possible for our clients within that playbook. Something, a resolution that doesn't violate the Internal Revenue Manual. Now, going into these situations, there's three things that I want you to keep in mind about this relationship, the clients with the revenue officers. One, our clients in most cases had a pretty significant opportunity to resolve the tax voluntarily. There was a series of notices, of letters from the IRS, and for whatever reason, the tax liability remains unresolved. Now, the revenue officer was assigned to the case after those notices and letters went out. So that revenue officer usually will look at our clients, the taxpayers, as procrastinators, people who just won't get things done, people who will not resolve their tax liability. That being said, sometimes revenue officers will also see our clients as people who look to avoid paying tax, which makes for kind of a rocky relationship with IRS as we go into this representation. So that makes for us having somewhat of a dirty job, because we are the ones who have to deal with, speak with, meet with, in a lot of cases argue with these IRS collection personnel. All right, so that's our job. We're going to talk about 5 things in this video series, 5 ways to deal with difficult IRS personnel and situations. First of all, is dealing with the revenue officer directly. Second, we'll look at a collection due process hearing. That's called a CDP hearing, and we'll look at how to apply for and in some ways how to handle that. Third, we'll talk about how to apply for and handle an appeal through the collection appeals process. We call that a CAP appeal. The fourth is how to apply for and some of the basics with an effective offer and compromise. Finally, fifth, we'll look at the possibility of discharging taxes in bankruptcy and some of the rules and things to keep in mind there. Okay, now tax professionals, you know what? Good luck to you. Remember, if you run into a difficult situation, remember, the best thing that you can do for your client and for your reputation is get help. All right, so remember, look for the upcoming video series, and best of luck to you.